Hey guys, welcome back to Automatic for the Collector. And this evening I'm coming to you to do a episode I've been looking forward to doing. It's my 22nd episode, and I've got a special guest here at the beginning of this video. And anyways, you know I like number themes, right?
Right.
And this is, like I said, what number video is this?
22.
Right. And so tonight for episode 22, I'm going to do it on my favorite player. And can you tell them who my favorite player is?
Will Clark.
Yep. And Will Clark wore number 22. So that's why I'm going to make this video about Will Clark. Like I say, I love to do things that are themed with numbers. And I had specifically... a long time ago decided that whenever I got to my 22nd video, it was going to be on Will Clark and do like a little Will Clark showcase. So how many cards do you think I pulled out to show?
22.
That's right. 22 cards for number 22. Mr. Will Clark on my 22nd episode. Real quick, this hat I'm showing here was a giveaway that they had at the Giants Stadium. I don't know what year it was, but an employee at the place I used to work knew I liked baseball and did baseball cards. And he went on a vacation out to California and happened to go to a Giants game while he was on vacation out there. And as luck would have it, they were doing this Will Clark night where they gave away these hats. And so it was really cool that he thought of me and brought this back. But anyways, I just wanted to show that. It's got Will Clark's signature on the bill here and his number. And I thought that was a real cool item. So I wanted to show that. But now what we're going to do, we're going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you some really cool cards. Okay guys, before I start showing you the cards I pulled out for this video, I had a couple little bonus items that I wanted to share with you before I got to the cards that were related to Will Clark. The first one I have is this gold colored coin here. And I thought that was a pretty cool little item. And then the back of it, it looks like this coin came out in 1990. And then on a similar note, I've got one of these Topps coins here. Similar to the coins they made back in the 60s. Of all the players back then, the superstars, and but this was a coin that let's see what year it was. This coin was from 1988. So those are little bonus items I wanted to show you now. I've got 22 cards to show you, and obviously since Will Clark is my favorite player and I've collected him for a while, I've got tons more cards of his that I could have pulled out. I pulled out some of my favorite cards, but I've got a lot of others that would be better cards to show than or what are represented here. But I kind of got a group together that I could pull out easily. And a lot of these that I'm going to show you are some of my favorites, but there's so many to choose from, it's hard to narrow it all down. The first one, and I mentioned in a previous video when we had to talk about a favorite card in our collection, this is his 1986 Donruss the Rookies card, and I would say this is my favorite rookie card of Will Clark. For some reason, I like the design. I like the picture on it. And so I definitely wanted to feature this one in this video. So I'm going to, for right now, I'll stick him back there. The next card I have is also a rookie card, and it's the 1987 Fleer. And although I like all of his various rookie cards, I would say this one might be my second favorite. I've always just liked the picture on this card, and the design is pretty nice for 87 Fleer. So his 87 Topps card is a classic card as well, but although none of these here are, you know, by any means cards that a lot of you probably haven't ever seen before, they're pretty common cards. I know everybody is pretty familiar with the 87 Topps, so I didn't pull it out just so I could feature some other stuff, but I definitely wanted to get a couple of his rookie cards in here. So the next couple cards I'm going to show you are actually two autograph cards I have, and I really like these. This one is from Mother's Cookies. It's a really cool picture on this one and a nice autograph. And this is from the 1988 Mother's Cookies set. And then the next autograph is also from the same set. Picture of his classic swing there. And that's something that I wanted to mention as I talked about Will Clark, is the reason he was my favorite player growing up was I just loved the way his batting stance was. He had a pretty unique just stance at the plate, and then when he swung the bat, it was the most, you know, beautiful swing, just natural, fluid. There was something about the way he just stood and swung the bat that I really liked. And so when I would be out in my backyard pretending to be a ball player and standing at the plate and throwing the ball up and hitting it and hitting across the yard to hit a home run, I would always try to copy his swing and his batting stance. But this is from the same year, 1988 Mother's Cookies. I wanted to mention in this video, a few weeks ago I was just browsing YouTube, and every once in a while, I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while I'll type in Will Clark's name and see if there's anything new on YouTube about him. And it just so happened there was a documentary that was put out by the San Francisco Giants. If I'm remembering correctly, I think the YouTube channel is just a San Francisco Giants channel, but it was a 3-part documentary, and each part was about 20 minutes long, so roughly an hour long is how long the little documentary was. But it was the whole thing was on Will Clark, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm not going to go into a great detail about all the facts from his career, because it would do a much better job if you just watch that documentary if you like Will Clark. But I highly recommend it. One thing I will note that was in the documentary, and I was already familiar with this fact. It's a pretty well-known fact, but amongst fans of baseball from that era, is Will Clark at his very first major league at bat is noted. It was kind of a historic thing in his career. His first major league at bat, they were playing the Houston Astros, and he had to face none other than Nolan Ryan. And it talks about, in the documentary, it talks about his first at bat, and his teammates were saying, oh no, he's got to face Nolan Ryan. And what happened? Well, he hit a home run, and his teammates' jaws just dropped. It's like he goes up there and off one of the toughest pitchers in the majors and just gets a home run in his first at bat. So I've always thought that was such a cool thing. And that was another thing that kind of made me really, really like Will Clark. But right now the card I'm showing you is just one I like. I like the image on it, this Allen and Ginter card. The next card I have to show you is what some of you might call an oddball card. I'm sorry, Mr. Mangini, for calling it oddball. But this is a card that was put out by Milkbone. And something unusual with this is I've never seen him on any other card with just a mustache. He never really wore facial hair, but this one he was wearing a mustache, and he's featured here with his dog. So, as I was trying to select 22 cards to show you, I had 22 cards pulled out, and then I had to remove a few from my lineup to make room for that one. Even though it's not a super fancy card, it's just one that maybe a lot of you hadn't seen before. Here's another cool card based on the 1983 Topps design. It's pretty, reflects the light pretty cool. The next card is one that's based on the 1986 Topps design. And there's the back of that one. A lot of these cards that I'm showing you now are just ones that I think are pretty cool looking cards. You know, they're not worth a whole lot of money or anything, but they're worth something to me just because they're, number one, my favorite player. Number two, they're just neat looking cards. But this was an insert card from Pinnacle. And as you can see, the effect on it, it's really cool. I'm not 100% certain, but I think this might be that effect that I've heard a few collectors call the Dufex. And I could be wrong on this, but I have a feeling this might be that Dufex effect that they have going on. This next card is just one that I always really liked, the image, a close-up image. It's just a really bold looking card with just the black and the orange. You see he kind of has an intense look there. I always just really liked the image on this card. The next one here is one where he's featured wearing an old school Giants uniform. This was the Heritage Series. I believe this was at a Leaf. You know, it says Leaf on the back. But this was a kind of an insert set. And I really like these Heritage Series cards. I had several other players, and they were featured wearing the old school uniforms from the team they played for. Next up, kind of following in that theme of cards that just have nice images and kind of a close-up image, is this Studio card. I remember when this set came out, Studio, and this was the first year they did that set, and I really liked the cards, the black and white images and the pink border. Somehow it suited well the players they featured. But anyways, the Will Clark card was really cool in this set. And I always enjoyed how the studio cards kind of featured some information on the back that wasn't really characteristic of your normal cards. They talked about things that the players liked in their personal lives. As you can see, it says hobbies and interests. And according to the card at this time, Will Clark's hero down at the bottom was Lou Gehrig. But his hobbies were hunting and fishing, listening to rock music. He likes Clint Eastwood movies. And so that makes him pretty cool in my book too. I like Clint Eastwood. I like the old spaghetti westerns. As you know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I like music as well. So there was more to just him being a good baseball player that made me really like Will Clark. This is a cool card that features 4 Giants players. And I really just thought this was a neat card. It's got McCovey, Matt Williams, and Buster Posey on it, along with Will Clark. But wanted to feature that one. Okay, the next few cards I have are where he's with the Texas Rangers. He got traded from the San Francisco Giants to the Texas Rangers. And I'm featuring this card because, again, it just kind of shows the follow-through with his really cool swing he had. And I just like the look of this card. I'll show the back of that one because on the back it shows him wearing this old-timey uniform. And it's kind of funny because I didn't really realize that. I laid the card down and saw he's wearing this uniform, but actually the next card I'd pulled out was because he was wearing that uniform. So this is a card by Select, and I just thought this was a cool image as well. The next card in the lineup is him with the Texas Rangers, and it's also a studio card. And that one there shows really prominently his jersey with the number 22. If you guys go back and if you haven't watched my previous video, episode 21, 21 has always been my favorite number. And like I said, I like to do number themes. But 22 would probably be my second favorite number. So 21 and 22. But if you haven't had a chance to watch the 21 themed video, I show 21 cards in that one. And there's something having to do with the number 21 in all of them. So you can watch it if you like. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But this is a really cool looking card as well. A pinnacle with that Dufex effect. And I'm pretty positive that's what it is on this. Okay, the next couple cards I'm going to show are when he got traded to the St. Louis Cardinals. He actually went to the Baltimore Orioles after the Texas Rangers, and he played with the Orioles pretty briefly. But I don't know why, but his jersey number was number 12 with the Orioles. I had a couple Orioles cards picked out, but then just to make room for some others that I wanted to show a little bit more, I swapped them out. And just to kind of go with the 22 theme, I didn't want to show him wearing uniform number 12, so I hope you'll forgive me for omitting the Orioles years. There's the classic swing again, with him wearing number 22 again for the St. Louis Cardinals. And that's where he ended his career, was with the Cardinals. Okay, I've got 3 cards left to show you to round out the 22 cards. This is a cool one. It's a refractor. And as you can see, the glimmer on this is really cool. A nice looking refractor there. And then next is a card that's pretty hard to find. I would call it kind of scarce. It's the 91 Topps card, but it's the Desert Storm Desert Shield version. And any true baseball card collector will know that these are a little difficult to come by, because they were sent out exclusively to the guys fighting over in the war. So a lot of them that got sent out probably didn't end up remaining in good condition, but I was able to get this one years ago, and I think I'm going to hold on to it pretty tight, because I'm imagining it wouldn't be easy to get another one. And then the very last card I wanted to show you was just a relic card I have. It's a game used bat piece. And this one was showing him when he's with the St. Louis Cardinals. And he's got there showing 22 on the back, real prominently. But I really like this relic card. And I've got quite a number of other relics and some more autographs in my collection, but I'll have to save those for another video in the future. Like I said, there's a whole lot I would love to show in this one, but I've only got so much time, and again, I wanted to limit it to 22 cards in this one. So anyways, that's what I have for you, and that rounds out all 22 cards, plus a couple bonus items. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comments. I know several of you collectors out there really like Will Clark, so let me know, comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.